I feel, like what I do is I validate people. That's like a core tenet to who I am, and it's really important. It goes in line with empathy and all of the rest. And I think you said it, you were like, "Do you ever think that you over validate?" And it wasn't, and I was kinda like, "Well, could there be a bad side to that?" You know? Like, what do you mean? Like, could there be too much validation? Like, don't isn't that what people just need? And to feel seen and known and da da da. And I think that was when I really realized, and it goes back to something that you and I have talked a lot about too, of like, your best thing is always related to your biggest weakness.
Yeah.
And so when you see that, and when I realize, I am able to, and we worked really hard, and I'm not even going to pretend like I'm going to be able to go through and talk about all the things that we did, but I will just say, I remember so specifically, Chantal, I called you. It was maybe like a year later when I had the courage to, in the moment, confront my neighbor about his trash bins that he kept like
Yes.
putting like on our side. I don't even remember what it was, but there was something that for like a month I was
Yeah.
losing my mind over. And finally I saw him and I was like, "Hey, excuse me. Do you think," and I just asked him like direct simple, and he was like, "Oh, sure. Oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. Yes, of course. Like I'll be more mindful of this." And I went into the house and I was like, I'm a changed woman. Like I
Yeah.
just spoke up to the neighbor and asked him, and didn't do some passive aggressive, like leaving a note or whatever. Like I just directly asked, and I just remember calling you and being like, "Sorry, this is so not important," but like it was a
But it
moment.
is.
It
But
was,
it totally is because
yeah.
it's these like small incremental and you have to start low stakes, right? It's like,
Yes.
all right, the neighbor, it's
Right.
okay actually if it creates a little tension. Like you start low stakes in order to actually build up new muscle memory because we are really attached. Like, I feel like it's safe to say, but totally course correct me, Ashley. Like, there is for so long, there has been an identity of I am a kind, flexible, affirming person. That
Yes.
is who I am.
Yes.
And then we get to a point where it reaches the bounds of its usefulness because you're like, this freaking neighbor is driving me crazy. And I don't want to be flexible and nice. And I actually want to say what I want, which is get this out of my driveway or
Yeah.
put your bins away. And the ability to actually evolve and stretch ourselves and imagine and envision that we can hold on to the things that are precious and also hold something else, I think is like the journey that we're all on if we're paying enough attention to it.
Totally. It's like the duality of being able to like hold two things, more than one thing can be true,
Yes.
which